Hi everyone, I have graded your practicum logs and your papers on conflict resolution and posted feedback in the assigned rubrics. Please know that in the Typhon in your practicum log and in the gradebook, that you're going to be directed to Typhon. There is detailed information in the Typhon feedback section associated with the log that you posted. So that's where you're going to find most of the feedback from me instead of the rubric. I have used the rubric to post your points, but if you want more feedback, that you're going to find that in Typhon. In general, the logs looked great. One thing that I want to remind you is if at any point during the completion of your 200 hours, you decide that you want to participate in research or professional development, you can have about 20 hours of each of these during your practicum hours, but all of those hours have to be pre-approved by whoever is teaching your course at that time. So if between now and the end of this course, you have an opportunity to attend a seminar or a conference of any type that would not be under the direct supervision of your preceptor and considered one-to-one contact with your preceptor, you need to contact me and let me know what the topic is and how that attending that conference aligns with your goals and objectives. Once you're completed the professional development, you're going to need to post the certificate in the external documents within Typhon so that there's evidence that you've actually attended the conference and that you were awarded certification or completion of the hours, so that that can be part of your permanent file. So if you've done a seminar or a forum of some sort and you forgot to get it pre-approved, you've been given some feedback about that, but do know that you're going to need to post a certificate of completion within the external documents to get credit for those hours. When you complete your hours, my suggestion is going to be that you do your time log before you go in and do your practicum log. There's a requirement that your time log and the hours that you put in there align with what you have actually completed within your log. When the two don't match, they create a discrepancy, and we have to inquire and try to figure out where the discrepancy is from. If you've not put in your time log at all, you can't be given credit for those hours, even if you've done a practicum log. So my encouragement is to go in, do your time log first, then do your practicum logs so that they both align. If you were working ahead, let's say for some reason that you had to do half of your hours in a week because that was when you had vacation, and that's going to create a imbalance in how you spread out your hours. Have that conversation with whoever is teaching your practicum course so that they know that. And if that's the case now, just touch base and let me know. Otherwise, when I look at the practicum log and I look at your time logs and they don't match, I don't know why they don't match. So make sure that you're in close communication with your course instructor, whether it's me or Dr. Brown in the next two courses, so that we know exactly what you're doing. It's great that you're talking with your preceptor, but ultimately the accountability lies with us to make sure that everything matches up and that you're documenting the progress towards your goals and objectives appropriately. Continue to think about as you go through your practicum experience. It's great that you're giving detail about what you're doing and how you're spending your time, but remember that most of the learning in the practicum experience occurs when you think about, you process, and you analyze the experience and how it's relevant for you. Those are the moments in the meetings or in the rounding or in the huddles that you're listening to conversations, you're observing your leader in action, you're observing other people in action, and you're gathering information and you're thinking, how would I use this to support my practice? Maybe how would you not do what they're doing because you're appalled at their behavior? Maybe you've learned something that you had never thought of before. Those aha moments or pearls of wisdom or gained insights are where you're going to gather the most knowledge and the most integration of this practicum experience. So those moments of reflection, those aha moments, they need to be in your supportive narrative section. So make sure that as you're sitting there and you're taking notes in a meeting, that you're jotting in the margins. What are your thoughts about this? How does it matter? The so what factors. The paper on conflict resolution, I think, was it's one of my favorites to grade because it's one of my first snapshots into your own bubble, and I get to know you a little bit more, and really understand kind of the things that you face. Your classmate Jamie did a great job of summarizing what this actually means when you're in a leadership position. Jamie wrote that the primary role of a healthcare leadership is to effectively manage the dynamics of human behavior, which predominantly includes conflict between staff. It is important for healthcare leaders to promptly identify conflict, focus on facts, encourage effective communication, and use those situations as an opportunity to improve team performance and patient safety. Nursing is a professional practice that should be focused on providing quality patient care and maintaining patient safety. I think how Jamie articulated this was so on point for how we really spend our time in leadership positions, how much time we truly do spend managing conflict, avoiding conflict, learning from conflict, and how we do that as Christian nurse leaders is so important that we do that with grace. We do that with integrity, which is your virtue for this week. Think about how you handle conflict and how do you do that effectively. So at the end of the day, your team, your department has all grown from the experience and isn't left marred from it. So I appreciate Jamie's insights with that. When we look into next week, you've got your second part of your quality project. It is a voiceover PowerPoint. You're going to need to complete this PowerPoint following the assigned rubrics. You're going to post it on YouTube. You're going to copy that YouTube link after you publish it, and that's what you're going to put in the grade book. I'm going to open up the link that you provide. It should take me directly to YouTube to your voiceover PowerPoint, and voila, your work should be there. So make sure that before you post the URL to YouTube, that you double check it, that you open up another browser, you drop in the URL, you hit submit, and you make sure it actually opens up to what you think it should submit to. So just do some fact checking and make sure that you've done that. The idea behind part 2 is in part 1, you talked about a quality issue that you had to deal with and how it's currently being managed. Part 2 deals with innovation and new ideas that will help you resolve the same issue, but in a novel way. So part 2 should be your ideas and relate it to innovation to resolve the same quality issue that you talked about in part 1. So make sure that you really are thinking, is my idea not currently what's going on? And 2, is it novel? Is it innovative? And it should be evidence-based. So I hope you were able to spend some time really thinking about that. I'm looking forward to seeing your voiceover PowerPoints and getting your ideas. I think it's an exciting way to approach an assignment, and it's not another 7 to 8 page paper. So hopefully you'll enjoy this assignment. Please know that I'm here. If you have questions or concerns, if you're getting feedback on your work, then you're not sure what to do about it or you're unclear, send me an email. We'll set up a time to talk, or we can exchange some emails, hopefully to provide some clarity. We are in week 5, so you're at the homeward stretch. You're almost done. So I hope you're enjoying the course. And if there's concerns, please know that I'm here and touch base. Let me know how you are. Y'all take care.